Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of our literature review series. Last time I talked about writing our literature review using the thematic approach. Today we will be talking about literature again using thematic approach, but this time I'm going to be guiding you on what to write in your introduction, body, and conclusion. But before we could write our introduction, body, and conclusion for our literature review using thematic approach, first is we always have to identify our key themes. In identifying our key terms, we have to identify important words, terms that we have to search further. Now, with that, what we could do is to read again our research title, our statement of the problem or objective, even our definition of terms. Look for a group of words, terminologies that you need to study more about, and it has an important role in your research study. For instance, this is our research title, Emotional Exhaustion and Physical Fatigue Among Public School Teachers. So what are the variables in the study? We have emotional exhaustion and physical fatigue. It's very important that we identify the variables, the phenomenon that we are measuring in our research study, because they anchor us or they guide us on what to do and what to find in the literature later on. It's important to list other key themes, especially in your statement of the problem or your research objective, and as well as your definition of terms, because you might find important words or key terms there that we need to look into and search up more in order to gain better understanding. Now, if you're done listing all your key themes, just like in this one, these are the listed key themes that we have for this research title. So once done, we may now proceed to the second step, which I also mentioned in my previous video, which is the gathering of literature. Now we have to gather our literature and organize it into thematic categories. What are the different tools and search engines that we're going to use in order to gather our literature? Two of the search engines that I'm currently using are Google and Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a favorite of mine because it has a large database and it is a search engine intended for scholarly literature. It provides free access to articles, books, dissertations, thesis, even a patent document. If you are a STEM student or if you are under a science field, I recommend that you look into PubMed and Science Direct. PubMed is maintained by the National Library of Medicine and it provides free access to an array of biomedical literature. The second one is Science Direct. Science Direct is one of the leading online platforms that offers scientific, technical, and medical literature. It also has a high quality content because it has peer-reviewed articles. For the AI platform, what I'm going to be sharing is SciSpace, the one that I shared last time. With SciSpace, it's using AI in a much responsible way. All it has to do is just make things easy and simple for you. Now, what you're going to do is just key in what you want to look into, especially with literature, because it has a specific tool called literature review. In the literature review section, all you have to do is ask for the prompt. For example, I want the tool to provide me 20 articles about reading. Once I key in that information, it will automatically process it, and then in an instance, it will provide me 20 articles about reading. And if I do not want to read the entire article, I will ask the platform to give me the summary, to provide me the analysis, the result, the abstract, the recommendation, the conclusion. The AI could do that for me. What I like about SciSpace is, unlike other AI platforms, SciSpace is giving you the citation of the article or the document that you want to read. And if you want to go directly to that article, all you just have to do is to click on the link and you will be directed to its official page. And I'm happy to announce that SciSpace is already available on iOS. If you want to download, I'm going to be putting the link in the description or in the comment section below. Now, if you're done gathering all the literature and categorizing it into thematic categories, next thing you do is write your literature review. from the introduction, body, and conclusion. Now, with the introduction, what are we going to put first in the introduction of our literature review? First is we need to give the overview of the topic. Maybe we can give a background information to give us a structured example on how to write our literature review. This one will serve as our theme. Emotional exhaustion is our theme. Now, in writing our literature review, we should not jump right away by giving our readers the literature or the findings about emotional exhaustion. First thing that we have to do is to give an overview of the topic. So we need to let our readers understand what emotional exhaustion is. We need to provide background information about emotional exhaustion and its significance. So this one is an example on how to do that. Like this one, teachers juggle multiple roles in a day. They are expected to nurture students under their care while establishing connections with the parents and other individuals within the school community. They often get exhausted from all these expectations, especially when they feel that they are underappreciated and devalued. One way of writing an introduction is by giving definition. We can provide definition of emotional exhaustion. The other one is we provide them the situation. This one that I read earlier is an example of providing a situation or context of what emotional exhaustion looks like. Now with that, if you're already done writing your introduction, then you may now start working on the body of your literature. For the body of your text, you have to write the agreements, disagreements of the findings among different authors. What does author 1 say about emotional exhaustion among Filipino teachers? Is it similar to what author 2 says? Or does author 3 have a different concept of emotional exhaustion? Or what do you think are the factors leading to emotional exhaustion according to author 4? Is it similar to the factors said by author 5? Or is it contradicting from the factors said by author 6? All those things you have to write that. You have to have a summary of all the findings of different authors and then share the similarities of these findings and its differences. And if you're done curating the body of your text, you may now proceed to doing your conclusion. Now for conclusion, all you have to do is to write the implication of these findings. Do you see any gaps? Is there any way your research could fill in a new information? Or is there any way your research could answer an information missing from the findings of those authors mentioned in the body of your text? Now with that is how you structure your literature review from the introduction, going to the body, and conclusion. The last thing that you're going to do if you have organized everything is to read it. Read, edit, and proofread your work. If you are not comfortable editing your own work, you may ask somebody, a friend of yours, who could help you do that, to edit and read your work. Thank you so much for supporting this YouTube channel. Our growth is very small and intentional, but I'm really grateful that you stick around. Thank you and see you on our next one. Keep on learning. Bye!